God. My God. What's up? Hello. Are we live? Am I frozen? I have this vicious song stuck in my head. Not vicious. I don't know why I use the word vicious. But we haven't popped in here in a while, and I'm going to do what has never before been done. This is like a magic trick. First, we need to make sure that Alyssa makes her way into the screen, because the first thing she said is, I don't want to be in the live today. So we're just going to pull her in here gently.
No, that's not gently.
Gently. Hi, show, say what's up. What up, Marcella?
Magic trick commence.
Magic trick may commence. All right, so I've been, the screen's on a delay, so when I'm talking and I pull her in, and then like a minute later, all of a sudden you see like her head pop in, so kind of jokes. Anyway, let me put that away and get to what we need to talk about. So I've been doing webinars. You guys know it's no surprise. If you're on my email list, you're seeing me launch. Maybe you showed up to one of my big reveals, maybe you signed up and you didn't show up. Maybe you're on my email list and thinking, what the heck is going on? Look, guys, I'm a business coach. It's my job to teach you guys business. It's my job to teach you what it is that I do in my business every single day. So I've decided to do what I have yet to see anyone else do, and that's take you behind the screens in my own funnel, my own CRM. Don't let this, here's my big warning. Don't let this overwhelm you. Don't let this freak you out. If you are brand spanking new to online marketing, I just want to show you what is possible. I want to show you what I do. A lot of people have a lot of questions about how, what goes on behind the scenes of my business. And I'm going to show you everything. So I'm going to share my screen, and you are going to have front row access. For those of you who are watching it live, feel free to ask questions. For those of you who are going to be watching it back, ask questions. It's all good. Let me share my screen. All right. So I want to show you guys exactly what went down this month. Okay. So here is my CRM, which is where all my contacts live. This is Infusionsoft. If you are just starting out, I don't want you to use Infusionsoft. I don't want you, in fact, to implement anything I'm about to show you. I just want to show you what I do. It's my belief that business coaches should be transparent with their own businesses. If you're teaching people how to run a business, just like if I'm, when I was a fitness coach, I believed that I had to be in shape and I had to show people that I'm living the lifestyle and actually doing it. So I just want you guys to see what I do so that you guys can check it out. All right, so here is my CRM. I use Infusionsoft. This is where all my contacts live. As of today, when I'm recording this video live, it's July 25th, 2017. I've got just over 29,000 contacts in my contact list. In the last 30 days, I've put just shy of 3,000 people on my list. This here, for those of you that kind of know Infusionsoft, this would be the last broadcast that I sent out. I do not have a typical open rate on my emails of 77%. The reason why that one is so high is because that went to a smaller group of people. I did a speaking gig and sent out email, so that kind of offsets my, when it's a live event and it's a small group of people or clients, your open rates are going to be way higher. Typically on broadcast to my audience, I can expect high 20s and low 20s or high 20s. Sometimes I get about 30, and it's rare that I'll dip below like 18. So anyway, that's just on email rates. So far this month, my business in online sales has brought in $111,000. I'm down from last month, so I got to pick up my socks. That being said, I am going into a closeout of my launch. So this is my calendar here. My calendar is crazy. Obviously, there's a lot of color coding going on, but you can see here the blue one is my promotional calendar, which means when I send out things. Today is the 25th, where it says live. I'm live for those of you who are watching it live. So I'm showing you guys what I do in my business. The goal is, of course, that you see kind of the behind the scenes and how this thing all rolls out. So here is when I'm going live. Hey, Rick, what up? And then I have a closeout going on, so you can see how that all goes down. So in my business this month so far, $111,000, $720. That's not how you read that number, right?
I have no
clue. So we're down this month. We got to make up 9%, but I'm pretty sure with my closeout, I'll get that done. Let me take you guys into my campaign. So in Infusionsoft, this is where the campaigns live. You guys are using Aweber or ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. It's the same thing. So here's my master launch. And I'm just gonna fly you guys through this so that you see what I do, how it rolls, how it goes down. This is like the meat and potatoes of my business. This is where it all goes down. If you were on that house show on MTV, this would be the master bedroom. Okay? This is where this Cribs. If you were on Cribs, this would be the master bedroom. So what I do is I send people in terms of Facebook traffic. So I'll send my Facebook traffic to an opt-in page, okay? So this is an example of an opt-in page. They land on this page, cold traffic. They don't know me, they don't like me, they don't trust me yet. So then they come on in here. Many of you likely, if you're watching this, have landed on some opt-in page of mine and you have entered in your name and your email address. This opt-in page, I built them in lead pages. I also have ClickFunnels. Let's not get into that. But this opt-in page is integrated with my email service provider, which in my case is Infusionsoft. What happens then? So that's for a webinar. I run my funnels off of webinars. For those of you who are watching that are inside my programs, I want you guys to get here. For those of you who are not inside my programs, I want you guys to get here. In the meantime, you need to build one simple little funnel, but here is where I want this to go, and here is where I want to take you. So I send them into my Infusionsoft. Then I welcome them to the webinar. They get a whole campaign encouraging them to show up to the webinar, making sure they show up, getting them excited. You know, class is starting tomorrow. Are you ready? It's going down. If you guys have been through my stuff or ever received an email from me, you've gone through one of these funnels. So they opt in, they come into my Infusionsoft. I send them a whole bunch of emails to get them excited for my masterclass that's showing up. A few things happen. They either show up and they show up or they don't show up, right? So in my business, I don't want to get too complicated, but I just want to show you guys, if you're looking at this and you're thinking, holy cow, like what is happening here? To run a 6-figure a month online business, it's not going to be this like, oh, simple little thing, no problem. Like, I don't like when coaches like say, oh, it's no problem and it's going to be so easy. There's a lot of work involved, right? I build this myself. I don't have a mega team. I haven't worked with a whole bunch of people to build this. I figured this thing out, but I need you guys to see it. I need you guys to kind of see what's available and what's ahead. So let me kind of go back here. Before I want to get into what happens after the webinar, I want to show you that when I'm going through a launch, I put everybody on my email list who has not purchased from me into a whole master launch campaign. So I write all my emails out ahead of time. So you guys have likely, received some of these emails if you're on my list. This one here invites them to the webinar. So if they join the webinar, they get bonuses. If they didn't join, they get enrollment without bonuses. That's a whole other story as well. But this is where you segment your audience and you start sending people things based on the action that they took or didn't take and whether they bought or didn't buy. So as you can see here, it gets really complicated. This is my campaign builder. I've tricked it out in a whole bunch of different ways. And for those of you who are not brand spanking new to online marketing and maybe have Infusionsoft, you might be kind of looking around and seeing what my tags are. I'm an open book. When it comes to my business, I'm a business coach. It's my, my intention to be transparent with you guys so that you can see really what it is that I do. I'm not worried about anyone copying this. I'm not worried about anyone stealing this. This is one of these things that unless you really understand from beginning to end and you know how to build your first funnel, meaning your first landing page with your first freebie that goes through your first email sequence that goes to your sales page, there's going to be a lot of missing pieces for you. And that's why I'm so pumped that the people that are coming through my Build Your Empire program are learning from where they should be learning from. And I want to show you this to see, what really happens in my business behind the scenes and what it takes to get there, right? So I have right now let me see here. So in total, in terms of my contacts, I have right now, so 29,000 people on my contact list, and going through that particular launch campaign, I've got just over 27,000. So there you can see that that's how many people right now are going into this campaign that has to close out till the end of the day on Friday. And then when they come into the program, they get into my membership site where I walk them through everything that is involved with building their online business. So we build out the foundation, make sure that we're all talking the same language. We build out an offer, we build out lead magnets, emails, everything I talked about until we get to this point where we can really get tricked out and build the kind of funnel that I have in my business today. But I just want to give you guys a starting point. I want to give you full access. If there's something that you want to see in my business, if there's something that you want to raise your hand and be like, show me that, go for it. Ask me. I want you guys to see what goes on. Let me guys show you one more thing here. So for those of you who are already kind of starting and have your feet wet a little bit, a typical, where is it here? A typical landing page, right? So my landing pages right now are, these ones here say 0 because I'm into, long story, they're going right to Infusionsoft. But here, my landing page that I showed you here, this one is, it's pretty, where is it? This one here is converting at above 50%. And for a webinar landing page, that's pretty good. My typical, lead magnet landing pages, which is what I have most of my clients start with when they're just getting started. This one, as you can see here, is converting at 63.34%, which is really, really good. I need you guys to see this because I split test these pages. I, change these pages. I create new graphics. I create new everything to make sure that the conversion on this page is high, because I spend a lot of money every single month on Facebook advertising. So, that is one of these things that if I'm spending so much money every single day and month on Facebook advertising, I want to make sure that the pages that I'm asking Facebook to send the traffic to is actually converting. So this is a converting, this is a really, really high converting landing page for an opt-in, which is a PDF that I give away. For those of you that are at this point already, feel free to take a screenshot. Don't rip it off. Don't rip it off. Use it as inspiration only, but this one here is converting for me at 63.34% on a, that's pretty good. So if I know that this page is converting that high, then I can feel comfortable sending Facebook traffic that way because I know that I'm doing my job and this page is doing well. For a lead magnet or for webinar opt-in page at 50%, I'll take that all day long. So let me know, guys, is there any questions that you have? I would be more than happy to answer that. I just wanted to show you guys what I do, how I roll, and do we have anything else?
I think that's everything.
Come on in, add something. She specifically said, I'm not going to go in your live today. I said, oh, yes, you are.
I'm not camera ready, but that's fine. It's behind the scenes. I feel like that was pretty,
oh, you guys see my mess. So as I was in the live, I was trying to hide it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That was pretty,
pretty juicy.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
All up in my biz. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions. We just wanted to go in and go, insert. Yeah, exactly. Fancy,